The reason why I decided to actually do this reaction is because I saw online where a user, I think this user, Kilishi Collins, actually made a claim that Morayo is a flop album, right? And I'm like, you know what? I might as well just, go in and look into this album and see if this album is actually a flop album or not a flop album. I forgot where it was written though. But first of all, let's go to Wizkid's Instagram page and see what he has about Morayo. So one thing I'm noticing is that Whiskey seems to be shadow banned, right? Because if you pay close attention to Instagram, I'm typing Whiskey now, he's actually not showing up. It seems like even his fan page and other fan pages are actually showing up, and his main Instagram page is actually not showing up, which is concerning. This is also probably the reason why his followers rarely grows. So you have to really search for Whiskey before you can find him on Instagram. You can't just type WIZ like most artists, like a shot and you get them. Normally you won't. You have to search for his full name. So yeah, let's go right into it. What do we have here? Okay, he posted the album. The thing with Whiskey is that he rarely promotes his albums. He just feels like everything has to be organic. um I don't know if that's a shortcoming on his end as an artist. Artists are supposed to hawk, their like your body of work. This is your legacy. You have to hawk it. You have to make sure it's out there. Artists like Davido, artists like Burna Boy do this all the time. You don't play with your work, man. If it's something that you actually care about, that it's your work, then bro, put it out there. Put it out there for people to see. But anyways, yes, this is a glimpse of his Instagram page. This is what we see now. So let's get right into his music, right? The music that he released. So let's go on Instagram and homepage. Okay. Okay, Wizkid Morayo. I think where did it go? Wizkid Morayo. Let's see what people are saying about this album. I just want to start there, right? Before even saying, okay, let's review this. Let's hear what people are saying about this album. Decision. No, 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 no joke. It is the best it's thing fantastic. I've heard in my life. Sonically, for the replay value of every single song, Wizkid has done a madness. It's better than Made in Lagos, better than African Giant, better than all of these projects. Mariah, song for song, from start to finish, is one of the best things I've heard in my life. Every song gets you push you in a different mode. Yeah. Okay. You hear? Well, we're just going by off what people are saying right now. I haven't even started talking about it. We're just on Twitter right now trying to see what people are saying about it. um okay, what do we have here? Okay, this guy is obviously clowning Whiskey. Morayo becomes the first album to earn at least 1 million streams on Spotify in Nigeria for 50 consecutive days. Okay, this has to be when Wiz and Tiakola was in the studio. Let's see. Nothing special here. This is just the song playing. Um, okay, here we have day 44. Wizkid Morayo, Still Lonely at the top. Keep streaming, guys. Number one. I don't know what chat this is. We have another fan here talking about Wizkid. Let's hear what this lady has to say.
I've been bumping Morayo throughout this week, and wow, I did not expect to like this album as much as I did. Don't get me wrong, I've always been a Wizkid fan since the days of Holla at Your Boy, Superstar, but I struggled to see how he was going to reinvent himself after More Love, Less Ego. And man, he did it. Like, he surprised me. First of all, I just want to say that this album sounds very
So I love the part where she said she was wondering how Wizkid was going to reinvent himself. Um, there's one thing to note, and it's something that I have noticed when it comes to Wizkid is like his artistry is very like consistent, and he has his ability of being able to blend with multiple genres, whether it's R&B, Afro pop, soul, rap. He knows how to blend perfectly with these various genres, even dancehall. So having all of this is like it's a superpower on its own, right? And that's the reason why Wiz has been able to, you know, stay so long at the top, all these years. I think he said it in uh one of the tracks when he said many don't come and go, but somewhere along those lines, though I'm not quoting him, but he's still here. It takes being able to blend into various genres to reinvent yourself to be able to stay at the top for this long. So kudos to him on that. I'll give to him. So yeah, let's move on and see. Lose is the best song on Morayo, and there's nothing anybody can tell me.
Hanging with my brothers, yeah, we did. Got my baby girl from me later. Out of my mind, yeah.
I mean, Lose is a great song. As a stand-alone song, I don't know, but as part of the album, if you're listening to the album cohesively from top to bottom, Lose definitely fits perfectly where it is, right? I do agree with that. Cause sometimes when you hear Whiskey bouncing on the beat, you're just like, dude, what's this guy doing? It's really amazing. And again, talking about the numbers, right? Talking about the numbers. Now we're here. There's this user 21 not savage. These guys are crazy, man. They're killing me. Okay, so Wizkid's Morayo extends its record as the first Afrobeat album to chart all album tracks for 6 consecutive weeks on Billboard USA Afrobeat Song Chart. That's a lot. Okay, so here we have all of the songs from Piece of My Heart, Kese, Bad for You, Troubled Mind, and the list goes on and on and on and on, right? What else? What else? Let's see what people are talking about. I want to see some. This is just some lovey dovey. I need to see something crazy where people are saying, because having various opinions really does matter as well. Not everyone is going to like the album. There are going to be some people that feels like the album could be better. So yeah, let's see. You know what? the song the song Slow, it's one of the best songs of this album. I can tell you that for free. Lose is definitely one of the best songs on the album, just because of the way it was structured. And I think Whiskey's strength really lies in collaborating with uh female stars. I've noticed that over the years. In fact, when it comes to the Nigerian industry as a whole, I put Whiskey as one of the artists that supported more female artist than any other artist in the entire Nigerian industry. He features ladies, either as backups, as feature runs. No other Nigerian Afrobeat artist is doing what Wizkid is doing. So I give that to him. He knows how to, structure the song, blend with a female artist, and deliver a bop, deliver a hit. Whether it's a bop, whether it's a slow song, whether it's R&B, whether it's soul, he knows how to do it. He's created it and recreated it over and over again. That it's become one of his superpowers at this point. We can't deny. He's done it with Tiwa Savage. He's done it with Shay Shay. He's done it with um who again? He's done it with Thames. He's done it with Iria Star. This lady right now, what's her name again? Let's go to, where's my Spotify? Um Sorry, I don't know all the names. Anias Kadot. Amazing, brilliant, brilliant. Also, Bad for You with Jasmine Sullivan. That song is fire. To be very honest, this is a great, really, really great body of work that Whiskey put out here. I consider this an Afro pop and R&B album, by the way. Although Whiskey said Wizkid came out trolling. I guess he really got tired of, whenever he puts out a project, people are like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? This is not this is not Afro beats. What are you doing?" So he sort of used that rant to make people not question his music or the genre is doing. Like whatever I give you, you gotta accept it. And to be honest, he gave a very sound album. Um, is this his best body of work? I do agree with that guy. um, Very very close tie with Made in Lagos because Made in Lagos is fire. Obviously, MLLE sitting at third position at this point. I don't even know where to put Superstar because that's a classic. But talking about some of the best project that Whiskey has had, I'll just put Superstar out on a different lane, right? And have Morayo stand at the very top of when we're talking about the best albums that Wizkid has produced. He put so much time and effort into this. I really hope that this is going to yield a lot of results. Talking about results, let's look at some stats that relates to this album, right? What has Wizkid achieved so far with this album? Yeah, we looked at Apple Music top 10 Nigeria. We already know all of the songs are chatting on Apple Music US, right? So let's look at Nigeria right now. Kesa is sitting at number 3. We have very strong contenders here. We have Davido sitting at number 2. We have Joy by Fido sitting at number 1. Fido is really, really hot right now. This guy is literally a beast when it comes to dishing out music, and he also has this the confidence. Like, dude, guys, I'm coming for that number 1 spot. There is nothing anyone can tell me about it, right? Yeah, Fido has that kind of feeling in him. So great for him, good for him. We have Who Does That, Fola featuring Bella Shmurda. Great song, but we're not talking about this. Let's just keep to Wiz. So 2 months later, after releasing his album, he has a song from the album number 3, the second song, Bad Girl featuring Asake number 6. Um he has A Million Blessing. This is one really great song I love. A Million Blessing is like up there for me. And this is the problem Whiskey is gonna have with this album, right? It's difficult for people to choose which is the best song to give a lot of streams to. So this album is gonna suffer from just having too much good songs that instead of just repeating one songs, it's good and bad. Instead of repeating one song, that you have to keep going back and forth with multiple songs on the album because A Million Blessing is really out there, up there when it comes to the writing. When it comes to the writing, when it comes to the delivery, it was really outstanding. Like the sound was very refined, and obviously, Whiskey has been taunted for the longest time by his ops that he doesn't have a single hit, right? So I think he had to show his prowess in A Million Blessings. Slow, fantastic record. Aprex Minute, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, featuring T.I. Cola, another great song I love so much. Wiz is obviously known for, collaborations across the world. He tapped into, the French market on this one. Did a great job on the song. They both ate the song up. Band, I F with band. I F with band. It's a pretty decent record. Troubled Mind, a great way to start the album. That Wizkid, Nigerian entertainment industry. That was lit. To be honest with you, that was really lit. What else do we have? Karamon. Karamon is just there, here and there for me. definitely fits well as an album. I don't know, as part of an album. I don't know when it comes to a single. I don't seek Karamo. I don't know if you kind of understand what I'm saying. It's not like I go looking for the track. When it comes on and I'm listening to the album, I'm like, okay, great, let's just listen to it. Pray, very great way to end the record, the album, very decent. And we have time after time. Great record as well. Break Me Down, I love Break Me Down. Amazing. So G, so G. It's. I just feel like there is a part missing or just a filler, but in all, it's a decent. You know, it's a decent piece of work. I mean, then we have Don't Care, we have Lose. So all of the tracks right now are chatting on top 40 because 40, that's where it ends. This is Apple Music. Spotify, can I get to Spotify? I'm logged in though, but I don't know if I can get to Spotify. Spotify top chart Nigeria today. Let's see. Okay, let's go through Corps. Okay, Wiz Kesa sitting at number 4. We have other big dogs as well here. Davido sitting number 2. We have Fido, Joyce coming, Awolowo. This guy again. Fido is hot right now. I mean, this is great. I want to see some crazy stuff about Morayo. Like, why am I seeing only good reviews? Huh? Why am I seeing only good reviews? I don't get it. I'm not a hater, guys, but I just feel like, I mean, there has to be balance. Not everyone was gonna like your stuff. Honestly, that's just a fact. Not everyone is really gonna like it. So I'm here for some comments too. Okay. Waiting Christmas do we and in fans. Christmas don't finish. January go still end. We never see the magic with them when they won't do. Mariah is a big flop, just like MLLE and Sounds from the Other Side too. You guys should let it go. Okay. Now we have a fan putting a different perspective into this, that Mariah is a big flop. It's also very important to note that, Mariah album actually debuted number one, on Apple Music Nigeria. All of the songs again top 20 on Billboard, the US Afrobeat charts. It's very important to note that. Also, Mariah I think debuted number 25 on Apple Music UK. Also number 4 on Billboard World Album Charts. Put that in mind. And what else? What else? So far, Morayo has only been making major waves in Africa. Majority of the African countries, it's doing its thing in France as well. Portugal, it's also going strong. The US, I think they're really hoping on breaking into the US, but there is still time, right? Time is of the essence, by the way. And I'm saying this because technically the same thing that happened when Made in Lagos came. It took time, and essence went crazy in the US. And I think Wiz is trying to replicate that as well, a situation where it will organically take off in the US. And I think they're trying to target the US with slow, because slow it's a very subtle, beautiful record, right? Though that slow can fit into any R&B soul playlist that you don't have to do much. You can just be sleeping and you can have slow on and you feel good. And I see a lot of people doing videos, with their loved ones, or just walking through an art gallery and you have slow playing in the background. Just take a walk and have slow playing in the background. It fits in perfectly. That's the kind of record that would break into the international market. So I think slow is up there to potentially to do better in the US. Also, I think A Million Blessings is also up there to do better in the US. And lastly, Apres, what's the name of it? Before I go bite my tongue. What's the name of that song? Apres Minute. I think that would also do well as well. And what Wiz is doing is targeting the US was slow, targeting the French market with Après Minute, also targeting the US with Break Me Down, because you never know which record is going to go. I think the only artist that really can, release an album right now, the only Afrobeats artist that will release an album right now, and without doing much, would get a lot of playlisting and, core audience from the States right now, is Thames. Thames audience is not even Nigeria, to be very honest. That's one person that the core audience would have to be, can come from the States directly. Every other artist would have to start from Africa and go to the US as a force and claim the market there. His tour hasn't started yet, so once that starts, it's gonna be a different ball game, definitely. Um, what else? What else? Let's see. Let's check some Wiz fan page and see what is happening. Okay. Um, so he's been nominated Outstanding International Song, Piece of My Heart featuring Brent Fayaz, Outstanding Duo Group or Collaboration Contemporary. So he has two nominations already from NAACP awards. This is a great one, especially because he just released an album 2 months ago. That's really surprising to see, and kudos to him. By the way, what do we have here? Okay, this is an ad. We're not looking at ads right now. Again, this is another proof that the album is doing great, because again, he Road to Gold. He has now sold over 100,000 units in the states. That's impressive. That's really impressive. And the truth is, he hasn't even started the store. So you can imagine what he's going to do. He's going to do a lot more numbers, especially in the state and across the world, because he's going to do a global tour, right? He's going to be in the US. He's going to be in the UK as well. It's going to be in Canada. It's going to be in France, Portugal. These are some of the places he's going to be to. I know he's also going to give his fans a home. I don't know if he's done that already this December, but all fingers crossed. All fingers crossed. It's Wiz, guys. One of the biggest artists in Africa. He's been doing this for over a decade. A king in his own right. He's done it again with a fantastic album. We're here for it. We're here for it. He needs to tell the youngins, the secret to success, being at the top for this long. That's why I said he came into the game. No one replaced him. Well, arguably, there are other big artists like David and Burna Boy right now. But did anyone really replace him, or they claim their own throne and Wiz is still sitting on his throne as well? Please feel free to put it in the comment below and we can discuss further. Thank you again for listening, and do have a wonderful day today. Bye now.